In our last two episodes, we've looked at whether the world is real or an illusion, and whether there really is a 2009 Minneapolis mayoral election. We'll assume for now that it is real and there is an election, but we'll be looking closely as this series goes along about what we mean by those assumptions. We also saw a little of what appears to be Mayor Rybak's attitude about fringe candidates and parties, and maybe about the so-called religious right in general.
Listen, I'm going to leave the redemption here. I think it may give you some saving grace.
That's a place to wipe my shoes.
It's certainly been fun seeing you again, Mayor.
Anderson, don't go measure in the drain.
After episode 2 was done, I followed up with a call to MSP Magazine, intending to ask Mr. Anderson some questions. I'm sorry to report he has cancer and is on extended medical leave. He and his family have my sympathy. In episode 1, I went to Mayor Rybak's office at City Hall to ask if there was an election and to ask him when it would be convenient to participate in 3 televised mayoral debates. As you know, I got the brush off. Quick question. I just want you to confirm that.
Meeting,
well, I understand it.
So, can I get some okay, I'll be in there in just a second.
You can confirm that there is a mayoral election this year. And my understanding is that you don't feel it's appropriate to talk about campaigns or elections in the building here.
Yeah, I can't talk about the election here. I'm going into a meeting right now. I'm happy to talk about elections, but I can't use the City Hall to do that. So why don't you come to one of my open houses? You're always welcome to one of my open houses, so come to one of those.
Last week I was back at City Hall, one of 4 Minneapolis mayoral candidates, who visited Mayor Rybak's office again, this time to drop off a citizens petition for a redress of grievances. Local TV stations are starting to cover this. Let's look first at some excerpts of what was said by us at the news conference, then at the Fox 9 story.
Talking about how undemocratic the system is, and I had complaints about the media, so I'm glad the media showed up here, because the issues that we're trying to talk about is issues that we've been arguing about for the last 4 to 8 years of this administration. And the reason the mayor will not come out is because he cannot answer the question to the issues, whether it's on the empowerment zone, whether it's the civil rights department, whether it's about housing. The mayor cannot answer these issues, and the mayor being ranked as one of the future governors, that's why he's not coming out. He will not. He's disrespecting the citizens of Minneapolis by not telling them what his vision is, because he doesn't have a vision for them. His vision is to be governor.
We're looking at possibly, 15% increase in property taxes. Now, I know not all of that's the city's fault. We're in a recession, but we've got to look at the budget. What I object to is the destruction of the tax base in this city by demolishing buildings for police purposes. A number of us were demonstrating at the site of Uncle Bill's Food Market, which was torn down about 2 weeks ago, taken off the tax rolls because people said it was a magnet for crime.
The issue is at this time, this order has to be coming down from a higher place, because even the League of Women Voters, as you alluded to in your press release, this absolute power corrupts absolutely. And the fact that we're a full DFL city and state, for the most part, they have made a decision to make R.T. Rybak not look bad because of the fact that he's running for governor. They say, well, let's not get him involved in anything. More important is not the debates he didn't show up to. It's the fact that no one's scheduling any debates, but we have 7 debates for a ward. We have 7 debates for the 5th ward, but there's no debates for a mayoral position.
Question for you. How many debates has the mayor, his campaign says he's only been invited to 2, that's what they say. He's been invited to 2, missed the one that you had, and the one he's going to is the NPR debate the night before the election. Is that right? Or are there other debates that I don't know about?
There's another one too.
When's the other one? Oh,
well, it's already been held. It was the property rights group.
Okay.
Back in August, he was invited to that. He chose not to attend.
Okay.
And Harrison is coming up. We'll see if he attends.
Okay. And are you all going to be participating in the NPR debate?
No.
Not that we know of.
I'm currently have phone calls into NPR and they will not return the call because they have said that they were trying to go with two candidates, John Colstead, Papa John Colstead, and Rybak saying the endorsed candidate, and that's where we have a problem because of the new ranked choice voting system. That's what ranked choice voting is for. The endorsement process meant nothing. I was at the Democratic convention, and I spoke at the convention, and I said we were going on. You don't have to get endorsed to run. That's what ranked choice voting is all about. And the mayor must admit, the mayor is very afraid of what my campaign has to say. I say the citizens of Minneapolis should pick someone. I don't care if it's me. I think they should pick someone else, someone that's going to lead them for the next 4 years, because he's not going to lead them. He's going to be governor. He wants to be governor.
There is a Supreme Court line of cases called the Public Forum Doctrine. And if a government establishes a forum, and of course they do receive government funding, then there can be no content restrictions on that forum. So I may be raising legal issues there. The League of Women Voters has not scheduled the debate. They say that they can't get moderators. So we've got to be able to come up with some League of Women Voter moderators. This seems like a very implausible statement. Here's how Fox 9 covered this.
In less than 2 weeks, voters in Minneapolis decide if Mayor R.T. Rybak gets a third term. His opponents say he's been a no-show in the race because he's busy running for governor. Fox 9's Tom Lydon is here with this story.
Well, Mayor Rybak has refused to say whether he'd serve out a third term if elected. His opponents say he's already running for governor and running from them. But what taxpayers and voters should know is how they may pick up the tab. They're the men who would love to be mayor of Minneapolis.
This is a citizens petition?
But the lobby of the mayor's office is about as close as they can get to the incumbent.
We're demanding that he participate in televised mayoral forums.
Well, Rybak is not treating us respectfully. He pretends we don't exist.
All four candidates, who have barely had a lick of media coverage, say Mayor R.T. Rybak is refusing to debate them because he has his eyes set on higher office.
He's making a bid for governor, and he doesn't want to get bogged up in the issues.
So far, Rybak has only agreed to debate Republican and Independents-endorsed Papa John Colstead the night before the election.
Walk back in to the mayor's office and then turn right around and run for governor.
Rybak himself fueled talk of running for governor at a picnic in Eagan last August.
And I'm looking hard at entering this race.
Anybody like to sign the draft R.T. Rybak for governor?
And he hasn't discouraged a draft RT movement. But there's a cost to such political ambition. If Rybak's re-elected mayor this November and then turns around and is elected governor in November 2010, a special election would be held to elect a new mayor. A city spokesperson tells Fox 9 the price tag for a citywide special election would be $220,000, nearly $250,000.
Tom Lydon here from Fox 9 News.
We tried to talk to Mayor Rybak today, but the mayor, who's got time to Twitter and Facebook, couldn't make time for us.
Okay, go to the campaign office.
His opponents didn't have much luck at City Hall either. We went to the address listed on his campaign website. It's for a post office box on Hennepin Avenue. The mayor indeed may be confident and ambitious. That's not a sin in politics. But his opponents say arrogance and hubris can be.
But we're going to keep fighting until November the 3rd.
A spokesperson for Mayor Rybak's campaign says they were only invited to 2 debates to begin with. His opponents claim there were actually 4 separate invitations. The inside scoop at City Hall is that many viable potential candidates just decided not even to waste time or money running against Rybak this year and will instead run in a special election if Rybak's elected governor next year. Tom Lydon, Fox 9.
We'll take a closer look at the petition in the next episode. We'll also take a look at a confrontation between Al Flowers and Mayor Rybak.